Hi everyone, and welcome to another tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make this braided wings bracelet, and this was designed by Looms on Instagram. I'll have his name in the description box below, and I'll bring it up here in just a second. But first I wanted to show you the design. So this is two separate designs on each of the sides, and then you stitch it up in the middle. And the side parts are similar to the Symphony braid bracelet, but I think they're fishtailed. So it looks like this. So they're not the same, but we just like to give credits to that. And then the stitch in the middle is just like a fishtail, but it has some bands you have to pull in, so yeah. Anyway, let me bring up his profile. So it is Xander_Looms, spelled like this. Like I said, I'll have his name in the description box below, so you can check him out there. But for now, you can look through his account, like his photos, and give him a follow for me. And we'll go ahead and get started. First thing you're going to want is a hook. So I'm going to use my crochet hook here. You really only need one side of it, but if you like, you can use both sides. I'll probably be using both sides in the tutorial just because it's easier to flip it around, but yeah. And I'll be showing you how to make one of the sides, but you'll have to make two of these strips, and they're exactly the same. And then you're also going to want some C-clips, so you probably want 3 for holder C-clips or for the ones down here, so yeah, just have those kind of handy. And we'll go ahead and start. So here I did turquoise for the outside and black for the inside, so I'm going to do the same thing for the other one. So we're going to make 2 of these strips exactly like this. Of course, I'm only making mine a short section, but you're going to want to make yours like at the size of your wrist. So first thing you're going to do is cap band, and then just take 2 bands and pull that cap band onto it. And now you're going to want to make sure that the bands on the inside, or both of the loops on the inside, are the same band, and then both the loops on the outside are the same band. Then what you're going to do is take a black band, pull this through the first 4 loops, and then you're going to lift these outer 3. So you're pretty much just dropping off this band here. Then when you put that band back on the hook, rearrange these 2 blues to the outside and then leave this blue in the middle. Then you're going to fold this black over top of the blue and kind of hold it there so it doesn't go anywhere. Then take another blue band, pull this through the first 4, lift the second and the 4th loops, and then reattach the other end. So it should look something like this. The band that you dropped off into this black band should be the band that you're pulling up. So just make sure that that's kind of what happens. And now we're going to start the process. So it's pretty much the same thing, you just have 1 extra black loop here. So now you have 5 loops on your hook. You're going to take another black band, pull this through the first 5 loops, lift these outer 4, rearrange those 2 blues and this black. So make sure you rearrange the black as well. Then fold this black over top of the blue and just kind of hold it there so it doesn't go anywhere. And take another blue band. You're going to pull this through the first 5 loops, then lift the second and the 5th. So now you should have 5 loops on your hook again. You're going to take another black band, pull this through the first 5 loops, and lift the outer 4. Rearrange the outer 2 blue and the black. Then take this black band, fold it over top of the blue, take another blue band, pull this through the first 5 loops, so all but the last band. Oops, I lost my band there. It's hard to see what I'm doing. And then you're going to lift the second and the 5th loop. Now I think my bands may have gotten mixed up here, so I'm going to try and grab the right loop here. There we go. So that's what it should look like. Now you're going to take your black band, pull it through the first 5 or through all 5 technically, and then lift the outer 4, rearrange the outer 2 blue and the outer 1 black. So pretty much rearrange the outer 3. Then take this farther black, fold it over top of the blue, take a blue band through the first 5, lifting the 2nd and the 5th loop. And make sure that your bands are in order when you do this, otherwise it's not gonna look right. And then you're gonna continue this until it's long enough to fit around your wrist. So it's gonna be a pretty long strip here. But once you have that, I'll show you how to close it off. You're going to take a band, pull it through all 5 loops, lift the 2nd and the 5th. So now you have 4 loops on your hook. And take one last blue through all 4 and close. And then you can take one of your you can take one of your C-clips and clip it. Sorry, I just woke up, so my voice is kind of scratchy. So now you'll have obviously longer loops, but geez, you're gonna make 2 of those, and you make them the exact same way. It doesn't really matter. Like if you turn it around, it's not any different. So we'll just like pair them together like this, and then I will show you how to loop them together. Jeez, I really can't seem to get my voice like working today. Anyway, you're going to want to have both of your C-clips facing you, like so, and make sure that both both of the black parts are touching. You're going to stick your hook through these 2 cap band loops and these 2 cap band loops, so just put your hook through both of those cap bands, and then take a band through, goodness, can't even get my band on my hook. Take your band through those 4 loops, just like so. And now you're going to want to take a C-clip and just attach that. So now that you have this, you're going to turn this around so that the 2 C-clips are pointing away from you, and then the 1 C-clip is down at the bottom here. And now what you're going to do, this can be a little bit tricky, so make sure to pay attention. You're going to kind of split these 2 pieces apart, and we're going to want to grab the cap bands. So you're going to go, so this band here is the C-clipped one. You're going to want to go through here and split those 2 loops apart and grab both of the cap band loops. Go to the other side. Again, split this band apart and grab both of the cap band loops. So now you should have 4 loops on your hook, and make sure that the band is split like this. Now you're going to take 2 turquoise bands and pull it through these 4 loops and close. So we're going to start like a fishtail thing again. And it might be hard to tell, but make sure that both of the inner loops are the same band and both the outer loops are the same band. Then what you're going to do is you're going to go over to this black band, and you're going to go inside both of those loops and grab the turquoise band. So make sure that it splits it on both sides. Now you're going to take this turquoise band, and you can pull on it if you want to make it looser. You're going to put it into the middle of these turquoise center bands, and then you're just going to pull the first 3 loops off, holding on to those 2, so you can drop off that band that you just pulled out from this side. Now we're going to turn it around and do the same thing on the other side. So trying to make sure that my bands are in the same order, which I don't think they are, but that's okay, you can check when you're doing this. Then you're going to take your hook, and if your bands at the bottom are a little like weird, you can always fix it at the end. Just make sure that you are grabbing this band here. You're going to go through, grab that turquoise band, split it, and then move it into the middle. Pull this off and drop off that turquoise band. Now this first part is probably the most difficult part because you really have to decide which bands are which. So what I like to do is just pull one band up kind of high and take the other end of what I think it is and pull it. And so this band didn't really go down, so I know that this band here is the one that needs to go with it. So hopefully you have your bands arranged the correct way. Then you'll take another turquoise band, pull it through all 4 loops, lift the first one and the 4th one, just like a regular fishtail on the hook. And then you'll do that. You'll go up into the next chain. So you're going to split those black bands apart and grab the turquoise. You're going to pull this into the middle. And don't worry about pulling on it too much, because you can always like stretch it out and it'll go back to normal. You're going to pull that into the middle, then pull these first 2 turquoise loops off and then drop off the 3rd one. Reattach that. Reattach it to you were holding, and then turn this around to the other side. And you can just simply flip it around on your hook if it's easier. Then you're going to grab this other turquoise from inside the black, pull it into the middle, and drop it off. Make sure that you do both sides before you add another like turquoise fishtail band, just because that's pretty much how it has to work. You have to put both of them into the middle before you pull on another band. So then you'll just take another band, and this should be a bit easier to see. You pull a band through all 4, and then lift the 1st and the 4th. So just, again, a regular fishtail stitch. You'll go up into the next chain, grab that turquoise band from inside, move it into the middle, pull the band off, and reattach. And now you're going to turn this around on the hook. If you're not careful, your bands are going to get really twisted, so try to untwist those before you continue the bracelet, because it's really difficult to untwist these bands in the middle once they are twisted. You're going to grab the other turquoise band, pull it into the middle, and then pull both of these loops off, drop off the turquoise, and reattach. So it should look something like this, and if you use a different center fishtail color, it'll give you a bit of a different look, just because these bands on the sides would be different. But anyway, you're going to pull a band through all 4, grab the fishtail bands, and then we'll do the last step. Again, just grabbing this, pulling it into the middle, and then drop it off. It can be a little bit difficult if you don't have like fingernails. Sorry, my camera moved out the way. It can be a bit difficult if you don't have fingernails, but I mean, I kind of try and manage the best I can. So you're going to lift this other turquoise loop, and I'm going to move it into the middle, grab this band and pull it off, and reattach. So now that I've done all of these bands up inside of the blacks, you're not going to grab any more bands like off to the side or anything. You're just going to want to grab every single one from inside the blacks, and then that's what it will look like all the way up your bracelet. And then to close it off, after you drop off a band, you're going to want to take a band through the 4 loops, just like you would start another sequence or another stitch. So you're going to want to make sure that you lift those. And then you're going to put this C-clipped band on your hook, and just take the C-clip off, and then turn this around to the other end. My bands are getting really twisted, that's why I'm going slow. And you're going to put the other 2 loops on, take this C-clip off, oops, make sure that you actually put all those loops on your hook, and then you'll take one last band through all 8 loops. You'll have 4 in the middle and 2 on each side. Then, once you have that all together, you'll just add one more C-clip onto the end like so, and this is what it will look like. So obviously it'll be a bit neater and longer if you make a full wrap, but this is what my short section looks like. And then for the C-clip down here, this is mainly just to kind of keep the cap bands together. You don't have to have it, but I think it makes it easier to attach your bracelet. So I'm gonna keep this here. But yeah, that is going to do it for this video, so thank you for watching. Make sure to give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe. I will have Xander Looms' name in the description box below. Make sure to check him out on Instagram, give him a follow for me. But for now, that is going to do it for this video, and I hope to see you next time.